Come on, Diddy. Come on, D. Ah, dang. Man, I'm gonna miss the Nintendo Switch.
Now this video is going to be a tough one to make. Now I know you all heard the news recently about the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out later this year. Now the Nintendo Switch, it has one of the most closest place in my heart. I got this console a month after its release, and the memories with it, it's just, man, there's a lot of good moments with it. The memories with this console, it dates back from 2017 to now. And I pretty much still use this console to this day, whether I'm going on planes, a long drive, or just at home chilling. My favorite games on there, Super Mario Odyssey. That game holds a special place in my heart. And I just gotta say thank you, man. Thank you for creating a console that all of us can enjoy and love, Nintendo. This console has really brought a lot of memories for me, not just me, my family, my brother, my mom knows about the Nintendo. My little brother plays the Nintendo Switch all the time. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the creators at Nintendo. Thank you for making this console. And cheers to more memories being created with the Nintendo Switch 2. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started today's video, I want to ask you guys in the comment section below, what was your favorite Nintendo Switch game and why? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this video. Now, we want to talk about the Nintendo Switch. We have to talk about the failure of the Wii U. The Wii U sold a whopping of 13.56 million units. That is terrible at the time. And it was supposed to be the successor of the Wii that sold 101.83 million units. Now that's a big downgrade, and Nintendo had to figure something out. They were on the verge of losing all of their fans because nobody was buying the Wii U. So Nintendo had to come up with a brand new console that everybody would love and go back to Nintendo's roots and create something that was very different from the competition. So back in 2016, we got this. Generated massive hype online. Everybody was talking about it. Nintendo is back. I can't believe it. Nintendo is back. Nintendo was finally back on their roots. And they gave a release date for March 2017. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that release date was perfect.
Oh my God!
Now with the release date of the Nintendo Switch, it came with one of the biggest games of the Nintendo Switch lifespan, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now when this first came out, a lot of people were like, Mario not gonna be the first game? What's going on? But The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was a critical acclaimed masterpiece. Everybody loved Breath of the Wild. I played Breath of the Wild. I never beat the game, I'm not gonna lie. But it was such a good game to play. Now, one of the best first games to have on the Nintendo Switch. My little brother beat it. He loved the game. He could give you a better review than I can. But from the short span that I completed, I had fun on the game. But open world Legend of Zelda game, it was perfect. And that was a good game to start off with the Nintendo Switch. Now, for the first year, the Nintendo Switch sold 13.12 million units, almost beating the Wii U in its lifespan in the first year. Pretty much did beat the Wii U's lifespan. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't even the best thing about the Nintendo Switch. Super Mario Odyssey came out that year, one of the best Nintendo Switch games of all time. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, like I said. Splatoon 2 came out. Skyrim, Doom, all of these good games. There was a strong lineup of first party and third party games. Even Minecraft came out the first year for the Nintendo Switch. And at the time, Minecraft was a way bigger game than Fortnite. I'm just calling it what it is. Nintendo had a strong lineup of first party and third party games, which made the Switch even more popular than it could have been. Something that Sony and Xbox can't give us at all. And the PS5 and Xbox Series X has been out for almost 4 years now. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo gave us a strong pool of games. Let's get into the accessories. We got different colored Joy-Con controllers, and it also came with the Pro Controller too. That was pretty much kind of like how the Xbox and PlayStation controllers was, but you know, with the Nintendo buttons and stuff for it. And those was good things to have. I mean, Nintendo was doing a perfect run. Good accessories, good games, and a very good console. That's a strong pull to start off a new console generation. And it skyrocketed. Everybody in their mind was talking about the Nintendo Switch for the first 2 years of its lifespan. And 2 years later, we got another Nintendo Switch console. We got the Nintendo Switch Lite. Now, the Nintendo Switch Lite is basically the Nintendo Switch, but with no dock. And it was perfect for people who love just a portable console. And it was cheaper than the regular Nintendo Switch. I think it was only like $100, $200. I think the Switch was like $300, so you get a cheaper deal. I think it's probably like $100 now to buy the Nintendo Switch Lite. That gave the Switch even more accessible because people who didn't have the money for the Nintendo Switch, they could just buy the Nintendo Switch Lite. And the Nintendo Switch Lite was booming in sales too. Now at this point, Nintendo sold exactly 36.87 million units with all models combined. Now, that is a big improvement for Nintendo. Now, top selling games for that year were Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Smash Bros., and Pokemon Sword and Shield. Those were the top 3 selling games. Now, the games that came out that year, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Mario Maker 2, and Luigi's Mansion 3, which is actually a very good game that a lot of you guys should play. That's a very good game. Now, with those sales in those games coming out, Nintendo were on a strong run, having 36.87 million units sold for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo was booming in office, and a lot of fans still loved and cherished the Nintendo Switch. Even with all the new consoles with the PS5 and Xbox Series X coming and releasing the next year after that, Nintendo was still selling consoles of the Nintendo Switch years later. Also, 2 years after that, Nintendo came up with another idea, was to make the Switch have an OLED display. And Nintendo decided to come up with the Nintendo Switch OLED. And that came out on October 8, 2021. And by that time, the Switch has sold 89.4 million units. Now, it's getting close to that big number of the PS2 and the Nintendo DS. We're gonna get to that in just a second. But I will say during this time, Nintendo didn't really have any big games that was releasing at that time. The only big ones that you can probably say that they released with the Switch OLED was Metroid Dread, Mario Party Superstars, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. Those were really the only games that was big. I guess you could say Pokemon was the biggest, but those were the only big first-party games from Nintendo at the time. Even with the Nintendo not selling that many of good games, still the top-selling games was Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Those were the main 2 big games that everybody played on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo still had a lot of stuff going for it. Plus, we got more Joy-Con colors, and we got a brand new console with an OLED display. So a lot of people who already had a Switch, they want to upgrade to that OLED display. So it's a smart move from Nintendo. But we are 5 years into the Nintendo Switch lifespan at that time, because that was back in October of 2021. Now we are in 2025, where the Nintendo Switch 2 is about to come out. The final sales of the Nintendo Switch last year came out to be a whopping 150.86 million units sold. Now that is crazy. Now Nintendo DS sold 154 million and something, I don't know the final number of it, but it has sold 154 million. So it really needs probably like 4 million, 5 million to pass the Nintendo DS to be the second highest console of all time. But the Nintendo Switch could possibly be the biggest selling console of all time because, ladies and gentlemen, the Sony PS2 sold 160 million units. The Nintendo Switch would need 11 million units sold this year to pass up the PlayStation 2 to be the biggest console of all time. The greatest console of all time, in that opinion. We go by sales alone. Nintendo Switch, by sales, would be the greatest console of all time. What truly made the Nintendo Switch one of the best consoles of our generation, of all time? I would have to say the games. Not just that Nintendo made a brilliant console in itself that was adaptable for each and every single person. Even the mini consoles that they have, the Switch OLED and the Switch Lite, making it more accessible for customers, they gave us good quality games. And I hope they do that for the Nintendo Switch too. Something that we have not seen in this new generation of the Xbox Series X and the PS5. PlayStation and Xbox have not given us any good first-party games like Nintendo did on that first year Nintendo Switch release. They hit us hard with good selling games. Some of the greatest games of all time that Nintendo Switch sold, and good first-party developed games, and also good third-party developed games that were for the Nintendo Switch console. That's what made the Nintendo Switch so good. It wasn't just the console itself, it was the games that were playable on it. And I think Nintendo should carry on that tradition to make these games fun, interactive, make them truly video games heading into the next console generation. Now, we all know that AI is going to definitely change how games are being developed. Nintendo might even use AI. Who knows? But make it fun. Make it creative. Don't just use the whole game as AI or just give us third-party games. I know Nintendo is not going to give us for third-party games. I would like to see more third-party games on the Nintendo Switch too. I love a good first-party games. And I love that Nintendo always sticks to their roots with first-party games. And I think they should continue that. But they should stick with their roots with the Nintendo Switch 2. Make a light version of the Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro in the near future. But always make it adaptable and accessible for everybody. And that has been the Nintendo's roots from the start. It's making everything accessible and playable. And I hope that we have more memories with the Nintendo Switch 2, just like we have with the Nintendo Switch. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end off today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all later.